drunk wrong. Because you could potentially hurt somebody, right? I mean, people have distractions all the time. So, you know, people that have a screwy brain like I do, they should just be banned from driving anyway, you know? Because if you can't pay attention to what you're supposed to pay attention to, if your eyes are all over the place, I mean, I know I do that shit too. It is weird that they let women drive. I feel like women are very easily distracted because of the way that our brains are. Now, I think that we do have the ability to focus, though. Because I know that when I get really excited about a particular subject, I can spend an outrageous amount of time studying that and looking it up and finding more and more information about that subject. But those are serious chords, aren't they? Well, we need to talk about serious shit then. Never mind. I don't know, I'm kind of glad that my brain is the way that it is. As annoying as it can be, I guess it's because I'm not in a position where I have to be focusing on things that I don't want to focus on, you know? Public school is a crime against humanity, and well, it's mainly a crime against children, but it's really frustrating that like you're forced to pay attention to things that like you're forced to sit there and act like you're paying attention, and you can't just study things that you want to study, you know? And people are gonna fire back at me with like, well, it's good for children to do what? Do what? It's good for them to know how to read. It's good for them to know how to count. It's good for them to be able to write. That's it. That's really all they need. Because I remember thinking in history class that it was a load of bullshit. And I wasn't obsessed with conspiracies or anything. I just didn't trust what teachers told me because I hate teachers. I hate authority figures. Most people are not authority because they're good people that deserve the authority position. And if you think about it, the whole system is like designed to indoctrinate people based off of that. Like, all these people up top, like, we're supposed to respect them. We're supposed to appreciate them and, like, approve of what they do. And it, like, I don't know. I've just always been against authority. Like, all my life. And so, that's why I don't understand people that are like, it's like they gotta make a thing out of it, you know? Bear with me. I like that. Whatever that was good. I don't know, man. It's really hard to play though. You know, looking back on things that I did, at the time, I thought they were so much fun. I can't believe I thought that, but I guess I had a different mindset. I do stuff later on. I assume that I must have been crazy for thinking that that could work. And I guess that's why I do comedy now, because how else am I gonna be a risk taker without going to jail? And it's a way for me to get away with saying all the things I want to say. Creativity. It's totally lost on society. I guess they think that being boring is eventually gonna count for something. It won't. See, okay, I'm not going to do a close-up, even though it's tempting. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. There are these two dudes driving motorcycles right now. They're in the lane next to me. I don't know if you just saw them. They have these jackets, and on the back of their jackets, they say, outlaw. Here's the thing, if you were an actual outlaw, you wouldn't be advertising it. Are they coming up here? They're back there. You might see them in a second vortex. I kind of want to show y'all because it's just so ridiculous. Now, I'm sure that I have stupid shit too that I wear. I think I'm cool for wearing it, but it just proves how much of a moron I am, you know? See that thing next to us? That's scary. I don't like it. It's a giant truck full of wood. Scary shit. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna come up here. They're way back there. But I don't know. Sometimes I regret doing YouTube. Even though it's like one of the reasons why I think that I actually have way more of a sense of purpose than I ever did. I mean, it gives me something to do. It motivates me. And people that don't make stuff, you'll never understand that. So when people talk about how they struggle with like finding a reason to wake up in the morning because they don't have a sense of purpose and they're filled with so much emptiness, it's literally because you don't apply yourself in any creative endeavor. Now, I know that you can make fun of this. There you go. like the restaurant industry because, yeah, there are very few fake people that I've met in the restaurant industry. And I like black people. I prefer them over my own race because they're way less fake than my race. Now, some might argue that they're a little too real. They just being violent. Yeah, he's talking about that in his music, like how that's something that's constantly pushed on the black community, at least in America. I mean, I don't know how it is in other countries because I don't live in other countries. I live in this one. But I can tell you that I've been paying attention to music all my life. And something that I noticed about rap music and hip hop is that they're really pushing this thug kind of stereotype. And so if black people grow up in Section 8 housing and they grow up around a lot of violence and drugs and all that, and then they listen to this music that totally normalizes it, you know, they're probably going to go along with some of that behavior, if not all of it. And there's no other race that they have an entire genre of music that's like so destructive and dehumanizing that they're pushing on the race. So that's why I guess I have more actual empathy for them, because I see that. I see the product of that. And I grew up outside Chicago, so like, you know, all this black on black crime was occurring and nobody was getting out of jail, and then fucking O.J. Simpson. He was a fucking, I don't know if he was a quarterback. I don't know shit about football, but I do know that he played for the San Francisco 49ers. I do know that. And he got out of murder. He got out of a murder charge. A double homicide. He got out of a double homicide charge because he was a celebrity. And that's what people fail to understand in this country. That's why Donald Trump was the president. And that's why Twitter was one of the biggest mistakes that society's ever made. Because celebrities really run everything. And it's not like, oh, they actually have that much power. They really don't. But the status of celebrity, the idea of that leverage that they have over society, you don't have to have control. It's the illusion of control that keeps people in line, you know? So anyway, we just randomly started talking about Tupac again. So I was looking up information about him because I wanted to see if he was a Fed, because a lot of people are saying that. Well, his mom was a Black Panther. And much like many of the other Black Panthers that they took out, she got addicted to crack. Okay? I think that's the main reason why the CIA invented crack. Because black people made them nervous. And yeah, that's so shitty, dude. If you really think about it, it's like, yeah, the government took a drug that was already really addictive, because in the 70s, you know, everybody was on coke. So they took that, they mixed it up, made it more addictive, way shittier, and purposely distributed it into the black community. And then threw them into fucking prison for having it. Okay? I would say that, yeah, any black person that knows about that, they have a reason to have a grievance with this country and think that the government fucking hates them. They're just using them as pawns, that's it. The government hates everybody. It's just with black people, they make it really obvious. And they always talk about police brutality, but they never want to talk about shit like that. And one of the reasons why they talk about police brutality is not only to make that whole situation about race, but I think it's just to prove, like, how people, like, go along with certain stereotypes, you know? So, you know, in my opinion, the reason why rap music got way more thugged out in the 90s, you know, and I mean, it was already, I feel like rap music, that's what it's about anyway, but it's just gotten so much worse over the years, and it's because they're trying to paint them a certain way, and, you know, a lot of white people fall for it, and it's not necessarily because they're racist, it's just because they don't understand black people, and so I think that we should stop using all the words that we've been using. You know, racist, equal, rape. You know, these words don't mean anything. Like, depending on the person using them, they can mean something completely different. Because that person's fucking unhinged, you know? I've just never taken seriously the stuff that's talked about in the news media. Like, it's just always been obvious to me that it was yet another way that they can control us. And so, you know, what the education system can't do, the television overcompensates for, you know? Because they really want people to march in lockstep, and if they don't, then they can just call them crazy. But yeah, race is a major way that they control everyone. So if they can control people by their skin tone, and make people think, oh, because you have this skin tone, you're gonna act this way. I mean, people don't understand. Like, them keeping black people in this country, it was for the purpose of a psyop. Okay? They just want to see how many stupid people fall for that shit. And it's very unfortunate that there aren't very many people that want to challenge that narrative. Like, people are only willing to challenge certain narratives, but they don't realize that the ones that they refuse to challenge are more than likely connected to the ones that they actually do challenge, you know? So, anyway. I guess I'm gonna go to work or some shit.